la femme, tu attends toujours que l'amour vienne te prendre. Durant ces 9 mois, la femme, il n'y a que toi seul qui sais qu'est-ce que t'as enduré. Ces 9 mois, la femme, toutes les nuits, il n'y a que toi seul qui le sais. Les anges de la vie, c'est les médecins. Pourquoi toi, la femme, tu attends toujours que l'amour vienne? Tous les jours qu'on parle de la mort, il y a des gens qui disent que Dieu donne, Dieu a pris. Et moi j'ai taillé le bout, je dis non, non, non. Toi la mort, c'est pas la femme que tu dois prendre.
The stories of mothers lost will be heard around the world. These are stories of women such as Rita Igwe. She died at the age of 25. And as her story says, Rita did not have to die, but she did, as both poverty and difficult terrain combined to see her to the grave. These are stories of women such as Rosie Anetwi. She died at the age of 30. All dreams stopped for Rose, as her husband beat her, even with pregnancy, until the very end. These are stories of women such as Yorkanesh, from a small rural village in Ethiopia. She died at the age of 15 after having been abducted, raped, and married against her will. This is a powerful exhibition that gives messages louder than many of the documents that we produce. It is also so much more than just an exhibition. It's a piece of art woven together by individuals, groups, and communities across the globe. It is a labor of love, a tribute to women who have suffered, whose lives were stolen away. It's an expression of grief, a collective cry to the world to share in their tragedy and their sorrow. But it's also an affirmation of strength, a symbol of both resilience and resistance. It is an embodiment of the spirit to keep living and fighting for truth, dignity, and justice. The stories bring us together to foster solidarity. While we are stricken by the tragedy of needless death and suffering, we are expanded in our awareness and understanding and motivated to do more. The stories of mother lost is a powerful and moving testimony to the continuing tragedy of maternal mortality 20 years after the Safe Motherhood Initiative was started. It's an indictment of a world of unprecedented wealth and technology in which poor women continue to die because their lives are not valued. And it is an urgent call to action, not only to provide the health services and the doctors, nurses, and midwives that women need for safe motherhood, but also to create a world where women can enjoy equal opportunity and respect for their human rights. These are stories that the world needs to hear and act upon. And these are stories that men should listen to and respond as leaders, fathers, brothers, husbands, and sons.
לפני שטפטוף יהפך למבול, חייב למצוא שער לא נעול, כי שוב חזר אליי הבלוז, חייב לצאת, חייב לזוז על הכביש המתפתל בין הכל לצפת, טבריה למזרח יורד עד לאילת, הנמלט נפלא מבקש עיר מקלט, נמלט, נפלט, מבקש עיר מקלט, עיר מקלט, עיר מקלט, עיר מקלט. באופק נוצצים האורות הרחוקים, לשם אני אגיע בכוחותיי האחרונים, ואת חכי בפתח והדליקי את האור. בן אדם חוזר אלייך מן הקור, את צריכי אותי אל המזבח לפני ששבר, ועד שהאמת תצא אני בחסת אתר, כי את, כן את.
We can't make poverty history while losing 10 million women every generation in pregnancy and childbirth. Yet, we know maternal mortality can be reduced, and even in the poorest communities, as long as there is a political will that ignites action for change. I move tonight, like so many other times before, to reflect on the needless suffering of millions of children, husbands and mothers and sisters and friends and neighbors left behind because for no good reason. Yet another woman has died, not from a disease without a cure or complications that could not be treated, but by delay. Delay in recognizing the risk faced by every pregnant woman, and the delay in making sure every woman will get quality obstetric care. Now more than ever before, maternal mortality remains the single greatest disparity in health indicators between industrialized and developing countries. So, while we celebrate the progress made and thank those who have shown that it is possible to care for every woman, whether they be rich or poor, we can no longer delay in taking steps that will hold our governments and global institutions accountable for ensuring every woman's birthright to live through pregnancy and childbirth, ready to nurture our children and contribute to the vitality of our communities and nations. That's why the White Ribbon Alliance, a multi-sectorial coalition already raising the voices of women lost in 91 countries, is joining with people across the globe to call upon our leaders to make changes that save women's lives. We know what has to be done. We can no longer delay.
Toi la femme, tu attends toujours. ces 9 mois, la femme, il n'y a que toi, seul qui sais qu'est-ce que t'as enduré. Ces 9 mois, la femme, toutes les nuits, il n'y a que toi seul qui le sais. Les anges de la vie, c'est les médecins. Pourquoi toi, la femme, tu attends toujours que la mort